You're listening to Living in Spain podcasts with David Wright.
Hi, my name's David Wright and welcome to another one of my podcasts. Today we've got Hellen Llewelen. Hi Helen, can you hear me okay?
Hi David, yep, I can hear you really well, thanks.
So Helen, whereabouts are you from in the UK?
I grew up in Devon in the West Country, and then I spent the rest of my sort of adult life really in Hampshire, near Portsmouth.
And what was the reasons for moving to Spain?
There's two main reasons really. One, that me and my partner absolutely hate the grey, dreary, damp UK winters and the general unpredictability of the weather. And the second is that we wanted to go and live in the countryside. We were living in a small town in Gosport, and it just wasn't possible to afford it in the UK, or not without us going hours and hours north of where our family and friends were. So we thought a bit sideways and a bit creatively and thought, well, we could go 4 hours south. So we did. It just had to be 4 hours south by plane, not car. Well, kind of.
Good idea. Yeah, I think probably people say it's not all about the weather, but you start living in Spain for a few years and it really is all about the weather. It just gives you so many more options in life, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. You don't have to think about, oh, it's sunny today, what should we do to make the most of it? You can just go with the flow and do what you want to do, knowing what the weather will be pretty much.
Well, when I first moved here 17 years ago, I was heavily into paragliding in the UK, and I brought my paraglider with me. And I used to keep a record in the UK of the weather every day and log all my flights and everything. And I started keeping a flight log here, and mostly the weather. Every day I got up and filled in what the weather was like. After 6 months of putting sun, I just forgot about doing it. I didn't do it anymore. I didn't bother. It just wasn't necessary.
No.
So whereabouts are you, Helen, in Spain?
So I'm in Almería province, and I'm about 10 kilometres west of Orbox. So we're in the foothills of the Sierra Filabres.
Yeah, I know the area. I've had some customers up that way. Well, I'm a bit further down the south. I'm in Almería, near the airport. I'm actually where I'm living now, where I'm building my house, is only 5 minutes from Almería International Airport. So we're still in the same province, Almería. So do you get your tapas up there? Your free tapas?
They're not often free, no. You might get a free pot of crisps or something really tiny, but generally speaking, we have to pay for them.
This is one of the main reasons I love this area here. People say to me, well, it's not free tapas, and it's very difficult to try and explain, but I know there's tapas all over Spain, and I've travelled all over Spain, and actually in Pamplona up in the north, the tapas are fantastic, but they call them pinchos up there because they're on a stick. But here in Almería, in Almería, they actually do a menu, and you can choose off of a menu to be cooked to order, and it included, I suppose I should say, included with the price of a beer or a wine. So say you pay, I don't know, in town we pay maybe $2.50 for a beer, and you get a choice off the menu of a tapa. And really, when we're not going out so much at the moment, but when we used to go out quite a lot, you have 2 or 3 beers and 2 or 3 plates of food, and that's enough. You don't really want to eat out. That's plenty of food, you know. Yeah. But a lot of people say to me, "Oh, we get free tapas like in Granada." Yeah, you do, but sometimes it's just a few olives and a few crisps, you know. So not my idea of a tapa, but there you go.
Yeah.
So Helen, married, children? What's your status where you are? Have you got a family here?
No, there's me and my other half. So we're not married. We've both been married before and decided that we didn't need a piece of paper to keep us together. So we're not married, although that sometimes poses a couple of challenges in Spain. But hey, I don't have kids. I chose not to. I always say I couldn't eat a whole one. So I just use my focus for other things rather than putting energy into children, really.
So plenty of time to follow your hobbies. And I believe you're into running quite a lot. I see you posting a lot about that.
I do, yeah. Yeah, I do trail running. So I used to just run road running a little bit. And I started going on hashes. There's a couple of hash groups in Spain. and they're quite fun, informal groups. And it's almost like treasure hunt running. And that's often on the trails and the ramblers. And I met a whole bunch of people there. And one of them she kind of challenged me. They said, oh, you should go and do trail running. So I did. And now I do it quite a lot. And I've converted and I now run trails and mountain trails. So yeah, you'll find me halfway up a mountain on a Sunday usually.
And with the weather we're getting here, you can get out and about much more than you could in the UK.
Absolutely, yes.
I love seeing these pictures of the weather in the UK. My brother's from Brighton, my hometown, and the other night, it was about 4:00 in the afternoon. He called me for a WhatsApp or a video call, and I was out doing some tiling in the garden, and he said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm in the garden." He said, "But it's still daylight." I said, "Yeah." He said, "We've got the lights on, the curtains drawn, and the central heating on." I said, "Yeah, that sounds about right."
Yes, so much different here, isn't it? Yeah, the light's nicer and better, I think, as well. And as you say, the sun is it gives you more, I don't know, it makes you feel better, it gives you more energy somehow.
Yeah, when you get up every day, I mean, I'm looking out the window now. We've got cloud today, but it's still sunny and it's very warm. I'm in a t-shirt and I'm not actually in shorts at the moment because I'm working indoors. But last week, it's still warm enough shorts weather outside. It's incredible for this time of year. Yeah, so Helen, what is it you do here in Spain for the listeners, work-wise? You're earning online, I believe. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's right. Yeah, my main business is in well-being. So I help people overcome challenges. So anything from physical injuries. So I had a client in yesterday who had a knee problem. That was from running. So I helped him recover from that running injury. And we also do anxiety and depression and have a business side to that, in that we do it for businesses as well. So working with UK businesses to give coping strategies to their staff and also to recover from anxiety, depression, addiction, weight loss, physical injuries. So it's all about transforming people's lives, really.
So most of this is online, I believe. Is that correct?
That's right, yes.
So this is quite a good little business to be in Spain, because I believe you do speak some Spanish, though. Is that correct?
I do speak a little bit, yeah. I can get a point across. I'm not quite properly conversational, but I can do tenses. I can do a bit of past tense and future tense. So I'm getting there slowly.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. I mean, I'm married to a Spanish woman, but, like the verb to eat, comer, comáis, comemos, comen, past, present, future. I just say comer, and that's sufficient. And she gets upset with me sometimes, but it gets the point over. Yeah. There's too many verbs to learn.
And I do find that, if you're making an effort talking to a Spanish person in your attempt at Spanish, they are so helpful. You don't get laughed at like you might do in France. And they'll keep speaking back to you in Spanish and probably understand what you meant, even if you didn't quite get it right. And you can have a conversation and have a go. And if it didn't go quite right, if you can see where it went wrong, you can always look it up later. So
I agree. Yeah, I think in all the years I've been here, I think being British, we're a little bit shy at trying to start a conversation if we're not very good at the Spanish. But I've never once, I can honestly say never once, has anybody laughed at me or mocked my Spanish. In fact, the opposite. They've encouraged me when I first started learning and helped me. Now my wife takes a mickey out of me a little bit sometimes when I get words around the wrong way and things like that in Spanish. But that's to be expected. But I mean, when you're out and about, if you make the effort, people really do. I think one of the problems I had when I've initially started to speak Spanish in public, that some people speak English and they want to use their English. And so, they're talking to you in English. And I said, no, I want to speak Spanish. Oh, but I need to practice my English, So it's difficult you need to become good at Spanish. You need to be speaking it with a Spanish person as often as you can, Yes. And I think that's, really people say, oh, what's the best way to learn? The best way to learn is whatever suits you and whatever is comfortable for you. So what recommendation would you have as regards learning Spanish? What was good for you?
I learned an awful lot of words on Duolingo. But the one that I prefer, I think it's called Busu. Let me just look it up on the phone. Excuse me looking down while I'm talking to you. Yeah, it's spelled Busuu.
Never
But
heard of that one.
but as you say, the best thing is just practice. My Spanish has come on much faster since I helped my other half at a market stall on Saturday. And the chap opposite us now is a new store holder, and he's Spanish, and he's really friendly. So every Saturday, I have conversations in Spanish. And it's just getting used to the way people said and the way that they structure their sentences. It's so much. I think I learn more from that than any app.
Yeah. I mean, I recommend these apps because, like there's so many apps out there that you can download for free, and some of them get pretty boring after a while, but just delete it and download another one. There's loads of them. And if you find one you like I did some time ago, I paid for the paid version of it, and you're only talking about $1.99 or something, so it's not expensive. But just download loads of them and practice with them that way, and make a point of doing it every day. I think being regular with it is the thing. It's no good saying, oh well, once a week. Like when I first started learning Spanish here, I went to classes once a week, and that's just not enough. It's nowhere near enough.
No. I had you were talking about people wanting to speak to you in English. I had a funny moment when I was on the way. I was running home this morning. So on a Friday, I run to a local town. I meet my other half there who cycled. We have breakfast and then we run back again. And I got stopped on the road, which is it's a through road. It's fairly busy, but Spanish busy, not UK busy. And this random stranger stopped his car and was having a chat with me. And he was Spanish, and he was asking, do I speak Spanish? Oh, yes, a little bit. And we ended up having a conversation where I'm talking in Spanish and he's talking in English. So we're talking our non-native languages to each other. And he was just interested to know what was I doing, where did I live, and how far had I come. It's just really nice to have that, the friendliness. That's the other thing that I found with Spain. The Spanish are so friendly. It's like going back in time in the UK. People are interested in who you are and what you do. Yeah. It's really refreshing.
That's so true. Yeah. When I first moved here, I was married to my first wife, and when I divorced after a few years here, and I was on my own for some time, and I ended up going out and joining a walking club and a mountain climbing club here, and I just threw myself in at the deep end. It was a Spanish club. Didn't understand almost nothing they said, and then each day when we went, or each week when we went out on the walks and the hikes and stuff, I gradually plucked up the courage to start talking to people and learning their responses. And my conversation was pretty boring to begin with. It was like, what's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? What do you do? That sort of thing. And then it built up from there. And, from the walking club, the first 6 months I was with them, I ended up getting business from clients, Spanish clients from my carpentry business at the time. And then I was invited to parties and friends, and I still keep in touch with a few of these people now. So, if you do make the effort, the Spanish are always very good at helping you along with the language.
Yeah. Yes, I absolutely agree. Yeah.
So, Helen, if people are interested in learning more about your business, what you do, have you got a website, a Facebook page? How can they get in touch with you?
I do, yeah. If I give you the website for the business side of the wellbeing, and then I also do it on an individual level. I'll give you the Facebook page for that. Then it keeps it two separate bits.
Okay, fine. Well, I'll put a link to these two in the description box. So if anybody wants to find out more information about this, or they want to contact you, they can contact you through those links. Is that correct?
Yes, that'd be lovely. Yeah, we can do that.
So Helen, if people move into Spain, what would you recommend if they're not sure if they're going to do it now with the Brexit, the virus and everything else? Because people say to me, it's not the right time now, we're going to wait. And I always say the right time is now. There's always going to be an excuse. There's always going to be something, it's going to stop you. So, I say now, and find a solution to the problems that are around and just do it. But what would you recommend to people that are on the fence about coming? Would you say wait, or would you say do it anyway?
I think I'd almost take them back a stage and ask them, why are they coming? What do they hope is going to change when they get here? What are they going to gain? What are they hoping to lose? And look at how they actually want to live. Because the conversations I have with other people here, are sometimes that, oh, we're bored, or we're a bit worried because we can't see the grandkids. Well, think about that before you arrive. Is it really, really important to you that you have face-to-face time with grandkids or particular friends or family? If that's very important, perhaps don't come at all. And think about how you want to live here, because it's not a holiday. You can't go to parties, every 2 days and spend all your time in the bar. And it's not as safe as perhaps it once was either, if COVID worries you. So think about how you want to live here. And then if you think Spain is the right thing to do, come now, because now's the best time to do anything.
Sure. And what in your view was the most difficult thing for you when you came here? Was it the paperwork? Was it the money side, or buying and selling property? What was the hardest thing for you when you came here?
I don't think we had any particular thing, but it can be a bit overwhelming thinking, I've got to do this, 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 this. So the best tip I've got for that is talk to the people around you. So we made some really great friends, and they've been here for years, so they could say, you need this person for that, or this is what we did for a thingamy. So you're getting proper first-hand local information on it.
Brilliant. That's really one of the reasons why I set up the Facebook group in the first place, because people say, and they still on the page they post that, oh, you're so lucky, I wish I could do that. And my response is always, it's nothing to do with luck. Anybody can do it. And we're all here in the group and on the YouTube channel and our information page. All the information's there. You're the one that needs to take the step. You're the one that needs to get out the comfort zone and just go for it. And all the problems that you think you have, these people that are living here, us British people have all had similar problems and got over them, and we're living here doing it. So, really, people say, well, it's the money. I know people that live in here without any money. I know people that are here without any work, so there's always a solution. It's just a matter of having that little bit of guts to get up and go for it, but also doing the proper research. Obviously, you don't just jump in with both feet, but all the information's there, and we've got some great helpers and admin team, you included on the Facebook group. We I really appreciate you guys, and I think that a lot of us want to help other people, and all our information is free, and we really want others to enjoy the lifestyle that we're having here. So that's really my advice to people, and any members in the group, in their Facebook group, which is a British Expats in Spain group, come along. We've got a mentoring group as well as part of that Facebook group, where we have one-to-one. And what I always say to people is, if you're thinking about moving to Spain, we all want different things. Like you personally, you're in the countryside. I prefer the beach area, and everyone's different. So look for and find people in the group that are doing and living how you want to live, and follow those people and ask them, pick their brains. They'll be happy to tell you, what they're doing, and get advice from them. And then, you can get the information that's more relevant to you, rather than just say, like somebody said to me the other day, they're living in Malaga, and they said, oh, it's fantastic in Malaga, I love it here. To me personally, Malaga's nice, but I would not like to live in central Malaga. No way. There's a lot of British there now. It's very heavily populated. There's traffic jams there, and it's extremely expensive. But outside of Malaga, maybe it's different. But if you log on to these people, latch onto them, follow them, and pick their brains, you can learn so much from them and get so much information that will help you long term, just by following people that are living how you want to live.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree. Yeah. And I've done the mentorship thing for 2 people through your scheme, and both of them now live in Spain. And one of them, she now works for me as well. So that was quite a good match.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, I try and help as many people as I can. I've helped several people, and there's a few that just need a little bit of a push, and it's not so much of a push, it's a bit of encouragement, to take the next step, and we provide all the info and all the help there. And even like with our business Friday, we have the slot. I don't want to keep the group full of business ads, like so many of the other Facebook groups get swamped with people selling their crap, to be honest, and their cars and stuff like that. But I want to help promote British people that are promoting their businesses here or local businesses as well. That's why we have the Business Friday. But, you know, when you look at these, people can see that there are so many British people here that are living here and they are working here and they're doing pretty well, some of them. So, you know, if you can follow these people and latch onto them, that's how you do it. One of my mentors years ago said to me, you know, if you can find the right mentor and follow these people, if you want what other people got, you have to do what other people do, you know, and that is so true.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Okay, right. Well, thanks very much, Helen. And I believe you've received your camera today. You won the prize. Helen is a third prize winner now. Yeah, and you won the camera for doing the promotions and accepting the members' request and vetting people on our Facebook group. So I appreciate that. Thanks very much. Hopefully, we'll be seeing some of the photos you take with a camera soon. And I just want to say thanks for the interview, Helen, and I'll put a link in the description box so people can get in touch with you. And remember to keep sending those pictures of the area where you are, because I know you've got some pretty nice hillside and countryside where you'll go running. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's quite spectacular. Yep, I shall pop a few more on.
So anyone's interested in living in that part, in Allbox part of Spain, then Helen's the person to talk to. So thanks very much, Helen, and speak to you soon.
Yeah, will do. Lovely. Thanks for your time, David.
If you have enjoyed this podcast by David Wright, then you will love his new books. Out now on Amazon and Kindle, packed with money-saving tips and information on living and working in Spain. Just go to livinginspainbooks.com. David also has a popular blog for expats in Spain. Come and take a look now at britishexpatsinspain.com.